In three, two, one. What is up, y'all boys? It's your boy FoothyMMA. And we back in this bitch. We back in this bitch. It's been a long time since I recorded, bruh. Last time we talked, it was Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev. So I don't even know what number event that was, but it was a long time ago. I don't know if y'all boys can see. Got some changes to the room. I got the Sandman poster behind me. I got O'Malley and Vera. I got Volk and Taporia. I got Charles Du Bronx over there. I got hella UFC fighters, basically, is what I'm getting at. But yeah, today we gonna be breaking down the important fights of UFC 326. Max Holloway versus Charles Carly Oliveira. The second fight. The sequel. We gonna get into this shit. Um, like I said, we're gonna be breaking down the important fights. I know y'all don't want to. Last video that I broke down took way too long on the prelims, bro. That shit was like an hour long. So we gonna speed through the prelims, get up to the main card, and get the important picks in. So just getting started with Luke Fernandez versus Rodolfo Bellato. No one really gives a fuck. 6-0, 12-3. Yeah. Last fight was Bellato's last fight in Atlanta where he faked went out cold. I was there for that, by the way. Yeah, after that, lasting impression, bro. I'm not picking this goober, so Luke Fernandez by decision. Alright, we got Jung Young Lee versus Ilya Toporo Gaston Bolaños. Both these guys are low-key bums. Bolaños is moving up to 145. I didn't even peep. He was short as hell for 135 too, I feel like. Look at this reach. 73 versus 69. I'm gonna go with Jung Young Lee in this fight. Um, that 8-5 record just is just fucking me, bro. I can't even. Yeah. Best breakdowns on MMA YouTube right here, dude. I'm just picking straight off vibes.
Boy, if you
1
don't
and
get
0. What the fuck? That can't be right. Rafael Tobias versus that guy. All right. Um, we're gonna go strictly off of vibes for these prelim fights. So I'm just gonna go. This dude kind of looked like an accountant a little bit, but like an ugly one. Not even one of the cool accountants. Like, yeah, I don't fuck. He looks like he watches cartoons at his old age. So I'm gonna go with the dude with the headset. He got a little bit of aura. He got a reverse tramp stamp right there. I don't know what the fuck's up with that tattoo placement. Nothing on the chest, but yeah, let me get a belly button tattoo. Fuck it, I guess. All right. We gonna pick Rafael Tobias. All right, this fight I actually know the fighters, so that's great. Sumerdarji versus Jesus Aguilar. Both coming off of wins, bro. It's pretty good. I low key, I think the last Sumerdarji fight I watched was him versus Matt Schnell. Terrible look. Getting finished by Matt Schnell, but he looked good in that fight. He's long, pause. He's long and rangy for the division. They're at flyweight, so that's not saying much. He's 5'8", dude. I mocked this dude. But yeah, I think Sumerdarji is gonna win this fight by decision. He's gonna pick apart at range and even in the pocket, I feel like he's not bad. Like he was elbowing Matt Schnell's head in before he got fluked. Um, Yeah, and I just don't think Jesus Aguilar is he's not gonna be able to close the distance that well. I mean, look at that fucking reach. Like 10-inch reach advantage for Sumer Darji. I think he's got this one in the bag, my anime king. Finally getting out of the early prelims. We got that boy Cody Durden. Oh, hell no. Hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. Hold on. Give me a sec. How do I even go back, bruh? Cody Durden versus I'm not even gonna fucking try to say that shit. Cody Durden, coming off a loss per usual. This dude not Nyamarj Gogol to Minda Dimbario. I don't know, but his tattoos are pretty tough, dude. He kind of look like a monk a little bit, but like a gangster monk. So that's fire. Cody Durden, he's a little scrappy, dude. I feel like he loses to everyone in this division though. 17 and 9. I feel like those 9 losses, it's really like 19 losses, bro. I don't think I've ever seen Cody Durden win a fight in my entire life. He was in Atlanta too. He got pieced up, knocked out. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the 9 and 1 dude, the monk guy with the tattoos. He looks pretty swaggy. So let's go. Oh yeah, man. Moving up to the next fight. Ricky Tercios versus Alberto Montes. Let's go for that. Ricky Tercios, dude, the fucking marauder himself, walk him down Ricky Tercios with that 5.56 to hell and take advantage of him.
What do you mean by
My
that?
fucking goat, Ricky Tercios. Nah, but in all seriousness, um, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be picking Ricky Tercios to win this fight. This dude's off Contender Series, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is. I may be bugging, but I feel like I watched him fight him Contender Series, and he was low-key he low-key wasn't that good. Yeah, so, low-key, fuck it, dude. Off of vibes, we're just gonna go with Ricky Tercios Marauder maxing to a decision. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go second round finish for Ricky Tercios. That's how I'm feeling, dude. We're feeling a little spicy. All right. Now we're getting up to the important ones, so I'm gonna give a little breakdown for these. Dante Johnson, 7-0 undefeated prospect versus my GOAT, the greatest of all time, Cody Brundage, dude. Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage coming off a loss, per usual, dude. What's up with these Codys and sucking? Wait, you know what I just peeped, bro? Sorry, this is like totally out of fucking context. Cody Garbrandt, Cody Brundage, Cody Durden. Triple Codied up. And they were all in Atlanta whenever I went to watch live. That's actually crazy. What is up with the triple Cody cards? Anyways, getting back to this fight. Dante Johnson, bro. He's undefeated. Coming in at 7-0. 74-inch reach, his 2-inch reach advantage. This dude's buff as shit. Buff as dude, he looks like my fucking creative fighter. I mean, look at this dude. He's fucking mogging. That being said, bro, I low-key think Cody might have him in this. Dante Johnson in his last fight, I don't even fucking remember what happened. He won. That's all that matters, I guess. But Cody Brundage is low-key, like low-key, let me fake hardcore a little bit, low-key a problem for some of these dudes. Low-key just a little bit, alright? Cody Brundage, he's always bringing a fight, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Even in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure he lost when I was there. Pretty positive he lost actually, because all the Codys lost. But I think Cody Brundage is a tough out for a lot of fighters. Like even though he's 11-8, bro, I know that record looks shitty, but I don't know. I think he's a tough out. With that being said, bro, at the same time, like who the fuck is picking 11-8 Cody Brundage over 7-0 Dante Johnson? Me, that's who. I'm going strictly off of vibes. I don't know why I was acting like I was gonna give an in-depth breakdown for Dante Johnson versus Cody Brundage, but yeah, we gonna go with Brundage on this one. Yo, this card is fucking buns. Let's just talk about it, dude. Like, look, there's not a single important fight up until my fucking GOAT fights at the end of the prelims. Headlining the prelims. Cody Garbrandt, man, the fucking greatest fighter of all time for 25 minutes. In a fight that he won 48-47. Let's go for that, dude. Fucking Cody. Let's go, man. That's rad. Anyways, Zhao Long versus Cody Garbrandt. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Cody Garbrandt, one of my favorite fighters, by the way. Let's just throw that out there. I watch back that Dominic Cruz fight at least once a year. Actually, probably more than that. Even though it was a 48-47, that boy was styling on Dominic Cruz. And them TJ fights were crazy. 14-7. We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about the fact that he got knocked out by Pedro Munoz and Kai Kara France and got submitted by Davison Figueiredo and all that shit. Anyways, Cody Garbrandt, man, he's quick on his feet. We know it. He got hands. He's got a fucking glass chin too. Ever since he got this ugly ass fucking eye tat, dude, I'm like really scared of picking him to win a fight because what the fuck is that shit? That's just not even even. But that boy, Zhao Long, they're the same height. Damn, he looks a little rangy though. I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch Zhao Long's last fight, so I don't even really like. I'm not even the casual. That's what's crazy is like I literally first off I make YouTube videos about MMA. Like my whole room is decorated in UFC shit. I watch every card early. Well, maybe I skip like the first three fights sometimes. I usually watch early prelims all the way up. I have not. I do not remember this dude Zhao Long. I've probably seen him. I just don't remember him. So that's not a good sign. But with that being said, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna pick Cody Garbrandt to win this fight. Zhao Long, yeah, yeah. You know what? Fuck it, bro. Cody round one knockout. Strictly vibes. We're going for it. Let's go for that. Cody Garbrandt, man. Round one knockout. All right. Now we're actually getting to the Futhi MMA, not a casual. Let me break down the fights and give an in-depth breakdown and not just speed through all of these shits. All right. We're coming to the main card. First fight of the main card, dude. Opening up the main card, dude. Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira. Fajea. These two have fought before. Um, Bruno Ferreira got a knockout. He slept RoboCop out bad last time they fought. But RoboCop's been looking good, bro. He beat Kopylov like I predicted. Wait, did I predict? That was the last video I made. Or the second to last video I made. My first video. I'm pretty sure I picked RoboCop. Um, he's got good boxing. You know, he's got nasty power in the hands, bro. He just kind of walks forward with his fucking head, like just kind of like, yo, punch me, I'm gonna punch you back. And that shit works. He lost to Jared Cannonier, but dude, Jared Cannonier is crafty, dude. He's a veteran of this game, bro. And that fight was fucking insane. Like I'm pretty sure it was a main event, wasn't it, of a fight night? Which is like dumb as shit, because why is that a main event of a fight night? What the fuck is the state of this company? But that fight was badass. So regardless, like shout out to RoboCop. Bruno Ferreira is coming off of a win against Marvin Vittori, Blockhead Vittori. Bruno Ferreira's got some mean power in his hands too. I mean, we saw in the last fight, dude. He slept RoboCop out bad cold, dude. Put him on his butt. I think it was a left hook or straight over him. Or something. I don't remember. I just remember that RoboCop's head smacked against the canvas real bad. So crazy fight. But coming into the rematch, bro, I mean, it's really just a matter of who I think looks better since their first fight. And if I'm being totally honest, Bruno Ferreira didn't really look that good against Marvin Vettori. Um, he doesn't really get finished though, so it's not like I can hate on him for not finishing Marvin Vettori, but he was low key getting pieced up in the third round if I remember them 1-2, 1-2. All them fucking 1-2s that Marvin Vettori throws. He was landing a good bit of them against Bruno Ferreira. Um, but you know, both these guys have a little bit of grappling in their bag too. RoboCop be initiating the wrestling a good bit. Same with Ferreira, dude. He got some submission wins recently. He's improving. He's elevated his game. But yeah, man, I think I think this fight's gonna be close, but I think it's gonna be a real like clash of styles. RoboCop kind of just walks people down, but Ferreira's counter punching is actually pretty damn good, and he's got power, bro. And RoboCop's kind of chinny, bro, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, like just a little bit. He's kind of chinny. But with that being said, bro, I think they're gonna clash in the middle. It may be a slow start to the first round, but I think RoboCop's probably gonna hold Ferreira against the cage a little bit and drag him into somewhat of a war. I think as long as he doesn't get caught the same way that he did in their last fight, RoboCop should win this fight. I don't know if he'll get a finish, but you know what? Fuck it, bro. We're gonna go round two knockout for Gregory Rodriguez. I think he's honestly looked better in their recent fights. Since they've last fought each other, I think RoboCop is impressed me a lot more. And yeah, I can see him getting Ferrer against the cage and kind of scraping him on the scalp a little bit and just giving him some jelly legs and putting him down. I think the revenge arc for Gregory Rodriguez here is going to be a good one. Maybe these dudes will get a trilogy main event in the Apex in a few years, and we'll be able to make Roman Dolidze, Marvin Vittori memes about it. But yeah, I got Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez by round two knockout, dude. Let's fucking go for that. Here we go. Movable force versus stoppable object. The blacks versus the white. All right, let me stop. But we got racially motivated Drew Dober, the original Quillen Salkeld, versus MJ Michael Johnson walk 'em down. Both these dudes are coming off wins. Who the fuck did Drew Dober beat? Nah, I'm a casual, dude. The last time I remember him fighting was against Manuel Torres. Dude, I'm a straight casual, bro. Why am I even making this video right now? Hey, fuck it. If you're watching this, you're a casual too, so it don't matter.
I'm like, what he say
But
fuck
yeah,
me
bro.
for?
This fight is gonna be a fucking banger. Banger.
Banger.
Banger. And then I'm gonna slow it down and speed it up. Y'all know the vibes. Anyways, yeah, this fight is gonna be crazy, bro. Michael Johnson is so fucking fast for his however the fuck he is. Hold on, can I check the what are the odds? It don't even fucking show me. I can't even check this motherfucker's age. He's like 40, but he's got quick hands. He's coming off of back-to-back wins. What he knocked out Zaitar, whatever his name is. Zaitar, some shit like that. And then he beat Daniel Zellhuber by um decision, which is not really aging that well because Bobby Green just put the fucking beats on him. Shout out to Bobby King Green. Anyways, Michael Johnson's been looking good, man. This dude, 25 and 19 versus 28 and 15. Look at these fucking records, bro. This is like my win percentage on UFC 5 online. Dude, Michael Johnson's a dog, though. This fight's gonna be a slugger, 100%. Both these dudes like to get in the pocket and scrap. Really, I think it comes down to who's more chinny and who's more damaged. And even though Michael Johnson's fucking chinny as shit, I low key just don't believe in Drew Dober anymore, man. This feels like one of the fights that he should win considering the racial difference. But I think, bro, that Manuel Torres loss, like, even though Manuel Torres is a dog, bro, he's got fucking nasty power in his hands. He be putting people out. He just put out Grant Dawson. Even though Manuel Torres is a dog and he's finna put out Benny Dariush, the way that Drew Dober went down and was just holding his ankle while getting hammer fisted repeatedly and then got up and thought he was still fighting just really fucks with my brain a little bit. Like I can't unsee that. Like Drew Dober back in the day, like the Gene Silva fight, all these fights. I mean, he beat Terrence McKinney. Like this dude used to be able to take a beating and give a beating back. But recently, I just feel like his body's giving up on him a little bit. Like Drew Dober's always gonna come to fight, bro. He's a dog. He's not a bitch. But you can only get punched in the head so many times before your body that fucking switch off button just gets a little bit bigger every single time. And I think Michael Johnson's gonna be able to find the button in this matchup. Like I said, bro, he's so quick for his age. And I feel like in the pocket, Drew Dober kind of gets wild and starts, winging punches and shit. And he might try to shoot on Michael Johnson early, but MJ's got some pretty decent scrambling, bro. I mean, especially for this matchup. Like, if he was fighting an actual grappler, like a really, like, grappling base. I mean, Drew Dober might be grappling base. I don't know. But if he was fighting someone who's really trying to initiate the grappling, I would be terrified of the grappling. Here, let's check this shit. Takedown average, bro. They got like the same takedown average. 16% takedown accuracy. Yeah, dog. I'm going with Michael Johnson in this fight. I'm gonna say by knockout, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna say, fuck it. We're gonna go round one knockout. I think Drew Dober's taking too much damage, bro. I just don't think he's gonna be able to take a punch from Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, he's so quick, bro. And yeah, bro. I'm just gonna let's go for this. Uh, I don't know. I could see, Michael Johnson getting caught on the chin and slept just because Drew Dober's a racist, but I gotta go with my gut feeling, and my gut feeling is MJ by a knockout. Cause yeah, bro, that last fight was brutal. Moving up to the fucking featured fight of the card. What are we fucking doing? This is the featured fight? Jesus Christ. Anyways, moving on to the featured fight of this card, bro. Rob Font versus Chiwiwi's Raul Rosas Jr. Dude, he looks like his name. Like, he looks like a Raul. Like, that looks like the sound he would make if you killed him in a video game. Um, but yeah, dude, Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. I was talking to my boy Gavin about this. Shout out Gavin if you're watching this. I was talking to my boy Gavin about this, bro. I think Raul, I don't really rate him that highly. Like, he's what, 22 now? 23, some shit. He's grown up in the UFC, basically. He was like 18 when he first came in. And I respect that, obviously. But I just think his striking is so mediocre, bro. And even though he's young, he probably is gonna look a lot better in this fight and probably surprise me in the striking especially. But I just think it's mediocre, bro. I think he's really hittable, and he doesn't really have that much sting on his punches. His grappling, however, is nasty. All right, out in the open, his takedowns aren't that great. But once he gets people against the cage and starts, enforcing his will, basically, he's a problem for a lot of people who don't know how to grapple at bantamweight. Um, Rob Font, that boy coming off of a loss. Who'd he lose to? Was it David Martinez who just beat Cheeto? Maybe I'm a casual. It's someone like that at bantamweight that just came in recently. Rob Font, bro. If it was the fight, like if he didn't fight that last fight, I would confidently pick Rob Font to win this fight. Because Rob Font just has a way of fluking these prospects. Like, what's that dude's name? Fucking Adrian Yanez, bro. This boy Rob Font put the beats on Adrian Yanez. I'm looking back. This dude beat Kyler Phillips too, and he beat Gene Matsumoto. That's not bad. That's that's pretty good. Um, but yeah, dude, that last fight with David Martinez, he just didn't look like himself. Rob Font's got slick boxing, bro. He's with them boys up at New England or whatever the fuck. Calvin Cater and all them goobers. He's got good boxing. His let me make sure I'm not casual maxing real quick. Yeah, 43% takedown defense. Eh, pretty pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? I feel like his scrambling's not that bad though. But um yeah, dude, I can't trust Rob Font to win this fight. Even after all this shit I was talking on Raul Rosas Jr., I just cannot pick Rob Font. Like, I just can't do it. This dude got fucking smashed. Fucking, he made Corey Sandhagen look like Islam. And like, shout out Corey Sandhagen, bro. You know I love my goat Nerdhagen. I literally got a poster of him above my fucking bed. It's the last thing I see before I go to sleep. All right, I'm the biggest Corey Sandhagen fan on the planet. He shouldn't be looking like Islam against you, dog. He should not be grapple fucking you that bad. And he had one arm in that fight. That should not be happening, bro. Especially you're going against Raul, who's literally just gonna grapple you, bro. If he starts getting pieced up, he's just gonna shoot on you and fucking he's just gonna lay on you, bro. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think Raul's gonna get this fight to the ground. To the ground. He's gonna get Rob Font backed up against the cage somehow, maybe throwing some high kicks or some fucking shitty ass combination with his chin up in the air. Get Rob Font to the cage and then just shoot and just shoot and just shoot and just shoot. I mean, look at these stats, bro. 4 takedown average per 15. Oh, well, that's not even that crazy. I'm bugging. But he's gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot. Obviously, he's gonna shoot. Like, what are we talking about? Look at this dude. Of course, he sniffs nuts. What are we talking about? But yeah, bro, I got Raul Rosas Jr. winning this fight. I'm gonna say decision. I'm gonna say decision. I think Rob Font might give up his neck and just get choked out like early, but I think he's a little he's crafty enough to take this to decision. Maybe he makes Raul Rosas Jr. look fucking amazing, and people start picking this dude to beat real bantamweights. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think Raul loses to literally everyone else in the rankings. Like, I think Cheeto beats this dude probably. Actually, let me stop. Cheeto doesn't beat this guy. I think everyone but Rob Font and Cheeto beats the and well, Kyler Phillips. Is he in the rankings? All right, maybe I'm bugging. This dude loses to every legit bantamweight is what I'm getting at. There's some dudes out of the rankings that would beat Raul Rosas Jr. Um, but yeah, man, I think he's gonna win this fight by decision. I maybe a submission. Yeah, I don't know though. I think Rob Font will give him some problems on the feet though. I mean, he's gonna throw them hands. He's gonna get a little scrappy, but I just think Chiwiwi's is a little too imposing. He's gonna take Rob Font down and have his way with him. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Moving on to the next fight. The fucking co-main event of the evening. We got Caio Baralho, Cal Barajo versus RDR Rainier de Ritter. It's a pretty good fight, bro. Um, Cal Barajo's coming off that fucking shitty ass loss to Nashidina Mavov. Actually, let me not, bro. He made me money on that fight. Come on. I knew he'd get pieced up for 5 rounds and not get finished. Fucking blockhead. But yeah, I mean, he didn't look bad in that fight against Amavov. Amavov's what he's number 1 ranked in the world. Like Kyle took a fucking round off of him just purely striking. That being said though, he could not get his grappling going at all in that fight. Like I don't even think he got a single takedown. And Strickland was taking down Nasruddin Amavov. So I don't know. Rainier de Ritter though, coming off of a even worse loss against Brendan Allen. Shout out to Brendan Allen, but this dude looked horrendous against Brendan Allen. He gassed out in a round. Even though he won the first round convincingly, he gassed out and then just started getting put on the bottom and just laid there. And then he quit on the stool at the end of the first round because he was so damn tired. Before that, though, the dude beat fucking Robert Whitaker, bro. And fucking Bo Nickel, dude. Who the fuck does that to Bo Nickel? fucking bad ass fucking Bo Nickel. Anyways, I'm bugging. How do I see this fight going, bro? RDR, his main weapons is his long ass jab, because look at them fucking arms all the way down to his ankles, bro. 78-inch reach versus 75-inch reach, which is not that crazy, but this dude's fucking 6'4". That jab and then them knees. We know it's the knees. You knew that was coming. This dude likes getting in the clinch, getting a little scrappy, throwing knees, and initiating the grappling from the clinch. I think his advantage in this fight is in the clinch 100%. Everywhere else, I'm kinda scared for him. Like, even on the ground, I think Kyle might fucking just take him down, and RDR accepts bottom position a little bit too much like he did against Brendan Allen. But, yeah, he's got the advantage in the clinch, and he puts damage on people, like, he was messing, Robert Whittaker up with those knees, and he finished Bo Nickel with the knee. That knee's a big issue. I don't know what just fell. That knee is a big issue for a lot of people in middleweight, but I don't know. Powbrow, he's got slick striking, but if I'm being honest, bro, nothing really jumps off the page at me when I read the name Kyle Brahalio. I don't really even know how this dude's top 5. He beat Jared Cannonier. Who else did he beat? Paul Craig? I mean, I would beat Paul Craig as of right now.
Stop the cap.
But yeah, man, Kyle Brahalio, he's got slick striking. He tries to initiate the grappling. He tried in his last fight. He's not really imposing. And I don't know that he has enough power to kind of stop Rainier de Ritter from just fucking walking at him being awkward. I think this is like a battle of like a technical guy. Like Kyle Brahalio's technical, don't get me wrong. He's very technical. He's smart. He knows what he's doing. But RDR just has that fucking hog in him, bro. I really see this fight. All right. If this fight was 5 rounds as a co-main event, which it should be, we got bailed and fucked and touched for the fact that we didn't get a real co-main event. TBD versus TBD, and it just never got fucking decided. Um, if this was a 5 round fight, I would almost 100% go with RDR. Even though he gassed out against Brendan Allen really bad, I really think that was because he took 5 fights in a year, and this dude's fucking huge. He's like 220 pounds, cutting down to fucking middleweight. 220 might be a stretch, but he's 6'4". Like, that might not be a stretch, dude. Look at this dude. He looks ripped in this fight. What the fuck? Anyways, them weight cuts are crazy. 5 times a year, and let's not act like he didn't take some damage in his fights. Like, Gerald Meerschaert fight, he I mean, he didn't look that good, but, you know, um, he got attacked a little bit. Like, he took some damage in the fight, like, and against Whittaker especially, got dropped really bad with that overhand. Um, but yeah, I just kinda think that the reason that he gassed out so bad against Brendan Allen is just because he took so many fights hold up, in a year's time, and I think he's gonna be able to pressure Kyle Brahalio extremely well in this fight. I don't think Kyle has he's not as dynamic of a striker as the rest of the fighting nerds like Rufy and Silva and Prates. I don't know why I was blanking right there. I know in my last video I said that all the fighting nerds were gonna win their next fight. That was before I realized that it was Brahalio versus RDR. I thought maybe like Izzy he could probably take down, but I don't know, bro. I think striking on the feet, Brahalio definitely has the advantage. But like I said, bro, I just don't think he has enough sting and pop in his shots to really like sway RDR off of his game. I don't think he's gonna be able to stop the pressure as well as a lot of people think he is. And like even though RDR has a very simple fucking let me throw a jab, let me throw a knee, He's awkward, bro. He moves so weird. Like I've never seen anyone move like RDR. Like he's literally Dreekus too, bro. And I think in a fight like this where I don't believe in the power of Kyle Brahalio, I think that's gonna give him the advantage. And I think on the ground, alright, so I think Kyle Brahalio has a slight advantage in the stand up. But I think on the ground, bro, I think RDR has the advantage. And it's not much. It's not more than the striking advantage for Kyle, but I I've seen RDR do better in grappling scenarios than I have against grapplers, against Bo Nickel, against grapplers. I've seen RDR do better than I've seen Kyle Brahalio do. He couldn't take down a Mavov, which is like obviously a Mavov is really good and his range management is amazing, but it's not a good look when Strickland's taking him down on short notice. It's just not. And I think even if he does take RDR down, like RDR is gonna throw up some bullshit submission, start throwing his legs up. And hopefully, I really shouldn't be picking off what I hope this dude's gonna do, but I hope he just doesn't stay on bottom the whole time and fucking accept. If RDR sits on the bottom in full guard and just accepts the fact that he's losing position, he's not gonna win this fight if it gets to the ground. But yeah, I don't even know that it's gonna get there. Uh, so 3 round fight. I'm gonna go with RDR by 29-28 decision. I think he's gonna do more damage on the feet in at least one of the rounds, and I think he's gonna get Kyle Berhalio against the cage. Um, as well. I mean, he's big, dude. He's big for middleweight. 6'4", like that's crazy, dude. He's almost as tall as me on a good day. And I don't think that Kyle is gonna have the urgency to get off the fence. Like I can see him getting held against the fence and just kind of like whining about it a little bit. I don't fucking like Kyle Brahalio, if y'all can't fucking tell. I don't like this dude. Like, just look at him. He looks like my fucking bully from 5th grade, dude. I got fucking emotional trauma tied to this dude. And them fucking tattoos are ugly, fucking goober. You got free spirit throat. Like, that's crazy. Anyways, enough with the hating. Um, yeah, I think RDR is gonna win this fight by 29-28 decision. I think he's gonna impose his will. He's gonna look, even though he looks goofy, he's gonna look more efficient than Kyle is. As long as he can track him down, get the clinch work, make it a dirty fight, RDR should win this. And I've seen a lot of people pick Kyle Brahalio. I think it's a 50-50 fight, but like I said, man, I think RDR's got this shit by decision. Here we go. Me versus me. The moment we've all been waiting for, bro. The main event of this card. The entire reason anyone's watching this card. Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira for the BMF title, bro. The rematch. The rematch. I forgot they fought twice. Look at that. Anyways, Dude Bronx versus Blessed. Hi, brother. Dude, this fight, there's so much to fucking break down. Both these dudes are coming off of a win. That's what I like to fucking see. Is that the first on the whole card? Nah, 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 nah. Alright, I'm bugging. Dude, anyways, both of these guys coming off of a win. Charlie coming off of his win against Gamrot. He looks so fucking good in that fight, bro. He looks so good. Like, genuinely. Pause, no diddy. That boy looked amazing in that Gamrot fight. Like, he really surprised me. Max coming off of his win against Dustin Poirier. Really good win. Less impressive than the Gamrot fight. 100%. If you disagree, you're fucking goober. How do I see this fight going down, bro? We know, and by the way, I just want to throw this out here before I make this. I don't have a script. I made a script for my first video, and I didn't really like the product that came out. or that came out. So that's why I'm just kind of free balling, dude. So if I start rambling, just understand that's why. And I'm making my pick like as I just picked RDR. Like that was I've thought about it obviously, but I didn't have an official pick until I started talking about it. This fight though, Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. When this fight first got announced, bro, my immediate thought was, yeah, Max is gonna KO him. Which is like not fair to Charlie, but that's like was my immediate reaction. That's what I thought was gonna happen. We all know the styles of these two fellas. Max Holloway is probably, I mean, he's like the most efficient pressure, high output striker in the division, I would say. The best striker in the division, besides um Ilya Taporia, maybe like Rufy or some shit, but we're not gonna get into that. Um He's gonna box him. He's gonna box Charles up, bro. He's looking to stay on the feet. He's looking to move around, pepper Charles up, hurt him, and get the knockout win. Like we know this is Max's game plan. Charlie, beautiful Muay Thai, keeps that high guard up, and he walks people down and just fucks them in the butt. Charlie Olives, the nastiest submission artist in all of the UFC's history ever. The most submissions, like this dude has more iconic wins than anyone ever. This is my sweet beloved versus my sweet beloved. Like you guys don't understand. Both of these are the two reasons that I got into MMA really was is Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira. These were my two first favorite fighters and Sean O'Malley. Um, bro, how do I see this fight going? I already said that. I think Max I think all right. I think Max is gonna have a bunch of problems. The more that I think about this fight, the harder I lean towards Charles Oliveira. Max is gonna do a beautiful job of circling and picking his shots well against Charles. And everyone's talking about Max's improved power at 155. He dropped Poirier twice. He fucking slumbered Gaethje out cold really badly. But he took both of those guys to decision, basically. Even though he knocked Gaethje out at the last second, like he still fought 25 minutes that fight. And those are not the best versions of Gaethje and Poirier. I Charles knocked them, or well, he submitted them both in their prime. If MMA math makes any sense, I mean Charles is gonna dominate. But let's not go off of that. I think Max is he's gonna there's gonna be a lot of weapons for him to use. I think that front stomp that he was using on Taporia, that little lead leg kick to the knee, side kick to the knee, is gonna be really good for him in this fight. Because Charles is just gonna walk forward with his hands up, the high guard over his hands, and he's gonna fucking pick his knees up and fucking throw knees and try and clinch and pressure Max. And I think Max's key to victory in this fight is to stop the pressure of Charles. If he doesn't have enough power in his hands to stop Charles from moving forward, then he's losing this fight. And I think it's really just dependent on like how chinny Charles is at this point in his career. Max is gonna have a lot of success in the boxing, and I think another big weapon for him is gonna be that overhand that he led Korean Zombie into, where he stepped back and just kind of bang and just led him into a big shot. I think he's gonna do a good job in this fight of leading Charles into big shots. But with that being said, bro, Charles got some fucking power. All right, dude, he's got some fucking ketchup in his gloves, dude. He's got fucking a whole hot dog in that bitch, and ketchup, mustard, relish, everything, bro. He's throwing the whole plate at you. Max Holloway has fucking memory foam in his gloves, bro. Even at lightweight, I'm sorry. This dude's got the fucking soul of a Sketcher in his gloves. I love Max Holloway, but I don't think he's has enough power to put Charles out, especially early. I think the way that this fight goes, Max is gonna hurt Charles at some point, but Charles is definitely gonna hurt Max too. I see both of these guys hurting each other. Unless it's a really early finish and it's just some like, wow, what the fuck just happened? I see this fight being a war. And if I'm being honest, bro, Gaethje dropped Max, even though it was just for a split second. Dustin dropped Max and had him on all fours. I think if Charles can land a big shot, maybe that straight down the pipe or a hook coming off of Max is trying to break from the clinch. I think if Max gets hurt at any point in this fight, Charles is going to be able to take him down and submit him. Definitely. Charles's takedowns looked so good against Gamrot. The way that he was just picking him up and just like mogging him in the strength ever since um what fight am I thinking about? Ever since the Makhachev fight, really, and I think the Armin fight too. Charles's focus in camp has been on his wrestling, and you can tell his entries are so much better. His double legs and his single legs have so much more power and fluidity to them. I think that he Max is gonna have a really hard time. He's gonna struggle really badly trying to stop the takedowns from Charles. And I think Charles is gonna have the strength advantage not only whenever he gets to the hips, but in the clinch as well. And I think Max is gonna be really urgent to get out of the clinch and, get away from the knees and elbows and all the sharp objects on Charles Oliveira's body. And I think whenever he's trying to get out of the clinch, he's gonna be ducking whatever the fuck. The same way that Justin got caught leaving the clinch, the same way that Poirier got caught leaving the clinch. I think that Max is gonna get dinked a little bit leaving the clinch against Charles. Charles is just too dangerous. You can't let him get too close, but at the same time, you have to exit smartly. And do I believe Max can do that? Absolutely. With that being said, though, I feel like Max is going to have to fight essentially a perfect, clean fight for 25 minutes to beat Charles. Unless he just knocks him out in the first round. And if he does, fucking pull up the clip and make me look like a goober. I guess I'm a certified goober. Unless he just knocks him out early, Max is going to be on the back foot the entire time. Obviously, he's going to be trying to lead Charles into big shots. But we know Charles has some of the best recovery we've ever seen. Like, this dude gets dropped. We're not going to talk about the Taporia fight. This dude gets dropped and just somehow, like, starts winning because he got dropped. Anytime Charles gets dropped, it doesn't really feel like the tides are changing. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, he got dropped. Just wait. For Max, if Max gets dropped in this fight or hurt badly, I feel like Charles is going to be very aggressive and be able to hunt the finish a a lot more efficiently than Max is. Because we know if Max drops Charles, he's not gonna follow up on the ground. I mean, Topuria didn't even want to get in this dude's guard, and he passed him into side control. Like he was winning the grappling exchange. He didn't want to sit in Charles' guard. Gaethje didn't want to follow up on the ground when he dropped Charles. Neither did Poirier. Max I don't think he's gonna be confident enough in his ground game to follow up on Charles if he drops him and hurts him badly, and I think, like, unless he puts him out, like I'm saying, bro, I think that's gonna be his downfall. Another thing, Max is really good at circling, right? Charles is gonna have a hard time finding him at first, and I think Max for the first maybe 1, 2, 3 even rounds, he's gonna be able to pick apart Charles and stay out of the way of the danger, but we saw it in the Topuria fight with Max. It's not that he slows down. Maybe it is like a factor of fatigue or a result of fatigue. Um he gets a little sloppy with his exit, like when he's exiting. And I feel like Charles is gonna invest in the low kicks early, the same way that he did against Armin, and he's gonna slow down Max's movement. And whenever Max can't, if he's not on his bicycle the entire fight, it's gonna be a problem. Because, like I said, I don't think Max has the power in his hands to stop Charles from walking him down. I really just don't believe it. Early on, I think he's gonna like it's if Charles just walks forward and fucking runs into a overhand right in the first round, like it might put him out. Like I'm not gonna lie, but as the rounds progress, Max gets more tired. He's eating them knees in the clinch. He's defending the grappling exchanges or trying to. I think the more and more that happens, the striking gap closes and the grappling gap opens. The same way that I was talking about Kyle Berhalio and Rainer de Ritter, the strike, it's literally, this is striker versus BJJ guy. The same way I was talking about that fight, I think Max has a pretty significant advantage on the feet, but, but, I think Charles's advantage in the grappling is arguably higher than Max's. Actually, it's not even close. It's way higher than Max's advantage on the feet. Carlos can hold his own on the feet. If Max gets his back taken, the fight's gonna be over. We haven't seen Max defend takedowns well against anybody, really. He hasn't fought a grappler like Charles Oliveira, especially not at 155. But in general, Volk was taking him down. Topuria took him down and took his back, even though it was kind of a slip, whatever the fuck. Brian Ortega took him down. That's not a good sign. Who the fuck is Brian Ortega taking down? I mean, Brian Ortega's a great BJJ guy, but who is he wrestling? It's just not a good sign for me for you to be getting taken down by him. That being said, Max gets up really well, especially against the fence. He starts cage walking, and he's really good at separating and getting out of those exchanges. Taporia took him down, and he got right back up, basically. But I think with the size difference at 155, even though like whatever size difference, he's obviously accustomed to the weight class. I think Charles is going to be stronger than Max, and I think when he takes him down, Max is not gonna be as urgent to get up because of the threat of Oliveira's submissions, and I think especially against the cage, he's gonna be so, like, wearisome of the trips and the offense coming from Charles Oliveira that I believe that he might be a little stagnant trying to, escape the clinch and get off the cage. And that's only going to open up more opportunities for Charles to land as he exits or to put damage on him while he's in the clinch and slow him down for eventually him to be able to rock him and get a finish. So the way I see this fight going, I think Max is going to pepper Charles up for the first 2, 3 rounds. And I think Charles is going to have a hard time closing the distance. I think Max is going to lead him onto a big shot or two and either rock him bad or drop him and have Charles kind of panic shooting. But I don't think Max is gonna be able to finish him on the ground. And maybe he jumps a guillotine or some bullshit and fucking I don't even fucking know and somehow gets that shit. I fucking hope not. He jumped one on Ortega, I'm pretty sure. Max is the type of guy to jump a guillotine on Charles Oliveira. With that being said, though, I think Charles is going to survive the early onslaught from Max, and he's going to invest in the low kicks, and it's going to slow Max down. The knees to the body in the clinch, whenever Max does close the distance, Charles is not just going to like box with him. You know, he's gonna clinch up. He's gonna try and land those elbows, and I think a lot of the damage that Charles is gonna do is gonna be from the clinch, and whenever Max is exiting the clinch in this fight, and I see even though Max is gonna be peppering him and landing the better shots and most likely be winning the fight up to that point, I think that Charles's shots, his body work that he's gonna um what's the fucking word I'm looking for? His body work basically. His body work in the clinch, the knees, and the leg kicks are gonna slow Max down just enough for him to get sloppy and Charles to catch him exiting the clinch. And I think that in round 3 or round 4, Max is gonna be trying to exit the clinch. He's gonna get caught with a big shot, and he's gonna fall down just like he did in the Dustin Poirier fight. And I think Charles Oliveira is either gonna jump to the back and get the rear naked choke, or jump a guillotine, or whatever the fuck. Darce, maybe, I don't know. He's gonna get some sort of submission on Max Holloway in this fight, and I think it comes in round 3 or 4. So there we have it, boys. I hope y'all boys enjoyed this fucking banger.
Banger.
That was a lot of talking. My throat kind of hurts now. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I hope y'all boys enjoyed it. And I hope you stayed to watch the whole thing. And if you didn't, you're a goober. If you just skipped to the main event, then frick you. And yeah, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, post it on your Instagram story, give me some compliments, maybe send me a picture of your butt. And yeah, man, it was fun talking to y'all boys. I'm gonna try to be more consistent soon, I promise. Uh, we definitely gonna break down this card after it happens. I'm gonna start releasing shorter form content for y'all. I know the 30, 45-minute long videos are a lot, so I'm gonna start breaking down just one fight at a time and pushing out more content. But yeah, man, thank you for watching the video. FoothyMMA is out of here. Shout out Corey Sandhagen.